and throw that in there. Make it quirky, make it strange, make it weird, make it personality filled, make it original, have depth, have substance, have character. It all matters. Hey you beauties and cuties, welcome back. How are you doing today? If I'm gonna be honest, I am walking the line of just okay. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot happening. And as somebody who is, for lack of a better word, an enlightened, aware individual, it's a lot, okay? And if you feel like it's a little vapid to continue business as usual, here's your social media marketing tips. I am definitely feeling the heaviness of everything, and having that awareness, that existential awareness, doesn't make it easy to just like hop on here and do the thing. I have to bring it up, and I have to go like, if you're feeling it, I'm feeling it too, and it's totally okay. It's very strange that life just keeps lifing with all this being revealed to us. People need to keep food on the table and the lights on, so people are continuing to go through the motions of things. But if that feels a little bit uncanny to you and strange, me too. I get it. But you know what? We're here. Let's settle in. Let's chat. Today I want to share with you 4 reasons why, if you are posting regularly on social media but not getting any conversions, the most likely reasons for this. And I want to speak specifically to all of you out there, you post and pray folks. Those of you who know that social media might be the pathway to you being able to do your creative business full time. Or maybe you already are, but you want that thing to blow the hell up. So you are posting every day, waiting for one piece of your content to just take off and go viral. And that's going to be the game changer. And that's the marketing plan. If that's you, and I know you're out there and there's a lot of you, I want to share with you some advice simply because I hate seeing people waste their precious time. Your time is your most valuable commodity. And if you're doing things that are wasteful of that time resource, well, as unpleasant as it is to serve some truth salad, it is better than allowing people to proceed in a way that is seriously a waste of time. So the very first thing that most people do, which is wrong, and you may also be like, but what am I going to do about it? But is posting just to anyone and everyone. You do not have a specific enough audience. Now you may be like, I have no audience. I don't have any audience. Like there's no engagement. I just post because I just go through the motions of doing it. I put the content out there and it doesn't really like matter because it doesn't do much at all. But you're hoping that it's going to take off. Well, the truth is it's kind of like a catch-22, right? Because if you don't have an audience, you don't get engagement, and therefore your content gets no engagement. Therefore, it doesn't reach more people because all of the algorithms are designed in a way to throttle content that doesn't get engagement. Like engagement is the metric of quality that the different algorithms use to determine what posts fly out into the world, get more reach, and most people are not getting reach because they are not getting engagement, and therefore there's a low quality score on the post, even if the creator put a lot of time and energy into it. But at the end of the day, it's the lack of engagement. So you can really improve the outcome and the reach of your post by asking people a question. That is the key. If you ask people a question and you encourage people to interact in the comments and actually like kind of try to build some engagement, then at the very least you're starting a dialogue, even if it's only being shown to a small number of people. So a piece of advice to correct on that is to ask questions and have a dialogue going with your audience. Don't just talk at people or don't just like put stuff out there positioning yourself as an expert, but kind of shift into a more conversational tone, because if a few people who do see that post actually catch that and they start interacting with you, then there will be interactions in the comments, and I'm telling you that is enough to lift the post and increase the reach to other people with similar interests. Which moves us along to most common mistake number 2, which is the content that you are creating is too broad. I know. It's like, well, I'm trying to be everything to everyone. I'm trying to speak to the common consumer. But content that is too broad or general or doesn't have specific enough detail in it is going to feel like it was made by AI. It's going to feel lazy. It's going to feel disingenuous. It's when something has a unique spin or a unique take where people go, oh, this is refreshing. This is new. This is different. So most people are trying to speak to the average individual, the layman, the broadest audience. But when you cast that broad net, which you sometimes do have to cast that broad net to get access to any audience at all, but if you don't add a spin of originality or something of substance and depth, it's just going to drown amongst all the other broad pieces of content on that subject. So what you want to do instead is you want to have a broad topic and then give it a unique spin or angle. And the good news is, if you want to be genuine, you want to be authentic, then that's the best. Just be you. Just do it the way that you'd like to do it so that people can tell something they haven't seen before. In a saturated, broad niche where many people are trying to get attention, the best thing you can do is add something refreshing and different to the conversation. So think about your broad topic, but then think about the unique and original spin. And it might be a subtle change, but doing that makes a massive difference. That is what makes your content feel worthy of following, worthy of interacting with. It's that kind of human factor. It's the personness, the personality, the be yourself. That is a big piece of it, because there are a lot of people who are going to be safe, who are going to try to appeal to everybody, and somebody who is doing marketing from a non-intuitive perspective, that is going to be their default instinct. You want to figure out what is the unique selling feature, what is the thing about you and who you are that makes you kind of part of the full package, the original selling piece, and throw that in there. Make it quirky, make it strange, make it weird, make it personality filled, because the content space is competitive. But that is also how you find your true audience, the true people who are going to feel inspired to buy from you, because most people are buying because something is resonating with them. They feel connected to it and they want to support it. The advice that, you want to appeal to many and play it safe and separate, your self from the business, that sounds like really nice advice, but I'm telling you, if you have to use you and you are the character who is putting forth yourself along with your product or service, then the more original it feels, the more sincere it feels, the more attractive it is to people who are looking for that. And everybody else, you're not meant for them. So move on. Another piece of advice, the third most common mistake that people make is they are not collecting people to a second point that validates that those people are interested. All right, so these days, even if you are getting engagement, or even if you're getting very little engagement, or you're getting a lot of engagement, you still need a second validator to make sure that people are actually qualified to be a potential customer. Basically, you want to sort out anybody who's just engaging to be nice, or mindlessly just liking everything, or is not really paying attention, or being supportive because they knew you in high school. You want to sort people out. You want people to qualify themselves as a potential customer, so you are able to actually just speak to them. That's the person you're having a conversation with. Everybody else is just being nice. So you want to have a secondary qualifier. That's where something like a Facebook group is great, because if the premise of your Facebook group is specific enough, then when somebody shows you attention, you invite them to your Facebook group, and them joining the Facebook group, if the title and the premise of the Facebook group is well presented and they are voluntarily joining it, then they're saying yes, I am interested in continuing to go deeper on this topic, and I am aware of what the topic is, so they can see, oh, this is what I'm going to participate in. Yes, I'd like to participate in that. But a Facebook group's one example, and that's what I recommend people do as a second qualifier. But it could be an email list opt-in. It could be to follow a niche, profile or account on your Instagram or your X. You can go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be making videos about this. Do you want more information about this? And then you get those subscribes. Well, you want to view those subscribes as your second qualifier. It's saying, yes, I am interested in this topic and the depth of this topic as presented by you. You don't want to just go with the good job, that a girl or guy, carry on, kudos and assume that those people are all warm enough to buy from you. No, you want to get specific. You want to have people who are interested then qualify themselves to the secondary action. And like I said, just to review, that can be an email opt-in onto a mailing list. That can be a subscribe. That can be accepting your invite to join a private group or community. That then the people taking that action are the people you're actually speaking to, that you're nurturing and warming up to buy. Which segues nicely into the fourth reason why people are not able to generate sales from their social media content, and that is usually low trust and lack of context, okay? So when you were just posting and praying, putting stuff out there to the broad public sphere, throwing your hat in the ring, going, hey, maybe people want to pay attention to me over here. If there is no trust and there is no context, then you're likely not making sales, because we are now in an era where most people are meeting most things with some air of hesitation or cynicism. And the way you build trust in the online space is, one, consistency. So you're not changing your business model all the time. You're not changing your message all the time. You're not changing your brand. You are consistent. You are reliable. You've been sticking with it. And a lot of people are observing to see if that is what you're going to do, because they have had enough of people wanting their attention and then flaking or changing, or everything just feels super inconsistent. So they like to look for consistency. So consistency is key. Feels like it's something that's going to have some, stick with itness. But on top of that is also the lack of context, right? So if people are coming across something for the first time and it sounds good, that is where that secondary opt-in point helps. Again, then you can build a relationship you can nurture inside of that space where people have self-opted in, saying, yes, I'm interested in having more understanding of this. So that's where the context can be built. That's where you can do things like storytell, talk about what you are doing, share your business journey essentially in real time. You can also build relationships directly with people. So treating them like your VIPs, because they're there and they actually are engaged in trying to understand. The expectation that people are going to buy on first glance is absolutely ridiculous, but it is a common thing that people think, well, this is just what you do. You post on social media, you get visible, somebody scrolls by it, and then ka-ching, because that's what's presented, because it makes it sound easy, and it gets a lot of people excited to take this journey because it makes it feel like, oh, anybody can win. But at the end of the day, anybody who's been doing this at any serious level, we know that actually there's a lot more to it, and it's largely a game of patience, consistency, and then actual interaction and engagement to build that context and that trust that then pays off later on when people actively start buying. So the expectation that they're just going to buy because you put a post out there and suggested it is a misunderstanding of the complete process. It is a multi-step process. All of the things that I've talked about are just small tweaks and changes in perspective and behavior that allows people to actually have a better chance of generating sales from the social media content that they post. But if you really want to get into the true depth of it and you are interested in doing so, specifically improving your understanding of how Facebook works, then I have created a 40-minute training where I go through all of it. I explain everything about how the algorithm works and how Facebook chooses what content to put out and what content gets kind of held back and what you can do to improve your results and all of that. It's all covered. Everything I know about Facebook in this 40-minute training, which really I tried to be concise and so that it can work for somebody who doesn't want to overwhelm themselves and become an expert, but they would like to make sure that they are not wasting their own time, because that's what we're trying not to do here. We don't want to waste our time. We also want to have some strategy. So there's a little bit of a method behind our madness. So as a strategist, and my brain just works this way, I look at problems and then my computer brain immediately starts to try to figure out ways to solve them. But to do that, you also have to collect knowledge and have a basis of understanding of how things work, so you actually know what you can troubleshoot on and what you actually can affect. To assess in a strategic way where things are going wrong so you can make those slight changes, those tweaks, to make impactful differences in the outcome. So that's what I've tried to do here. I've presented this in a free 40-minute training. I'd love to invite you to check it out. I haven't made something like this in a while, but I feel really happy about how it turned out, and I know it's going to help a lot of people if they take the time with it. I also want to thank you again for watching and supporting my videos, and as always, inviting you to join me in the Enlightened Entrepreneurs Facebook group. That is a wonderful place to connect genuinely with other self-aware, creative, freedom-seeking individuals like yourself. It is very refreshing to be part of a community where people are genuinely there for real reasons, who are looking to authentically connect, but all have one thing in common, which we are all creative entrepreneurs trying to get our things going. So it is a great space to be, and I invite you to join us there. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye.